Yeah, so knocked up actually has two meanings. So the reason I came across this article is because I was on the alarm clock discussion.
Right.
And then I found out knocker-uppers were a thing in industrial Britain.
So what do they do, Mike?
Yeah. So knocker-uppers. Have you ever seen those like classic movies and TV shows where guys, you know, all dressed silly, would go and bang on doors or bedroom doors or windows?
Yeah.
Like with wooden bats or sticks.
Yeah.
Those were legit, man. That's like, think about how life would have been before an alarm clock.
That was an actual thing? They had people running around and waking them up?
How would people have woken up without an alarm clock before alarm clocks? Like consistently. Some people can naturally, but knocker-uppers would go and they go bang, 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 bang. I think they were supposed to do it 2 or 3 times, basically.
Yeah.
They didn't have to wait for you to wake up. You might not wake up. You might. They'd go on to the next door in the entire neighborhood. And, you know, they would keep doing it. That was a job.
Right.
And can you imagine how like chill that job would be? You have no stress. Although the only stress would be who's the knocker-upper for the knocker-upper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Even the article is talking about this is really interesting. So saying how in London and the northern mill towns, people would work shift work. So basically, if you're not getting up with the sun, like for example, imagine you worked a night shift. You've had no idea like when to wake up. Right. So that's the idea that if somebody was to wake you up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to get ready for a night shift to work, right, then you would need somebody like this because you're waking up with the sun or you're not waking up at all. Right.
Yeah.
So that's just really interesting. They wake up with 4 taps.
Yeah.
And
4 taps,
but Mike, you raise a fair point. Who wakes up the knocker
yeah,
upper?
who's waking up the knocker-upper?
bro.
Can you imagine?
That's tough, man. Where's the community horn blower, bro?
Yeah,
And
Get somebody on the top of a house or something, bro.
Without cameras too, who's to say whether the knocker-upper actually did his job or not?
Yeah.
He can just be like, I knocked on all their doors, bro.
Fam,
but
you
like,
didn't hear me, fam. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me.
But could you
fault.
But could you
Nice
imagine
repeat.
like in 2021, if you imagine like a knocker upper, how many metrics his job would be dressed up with?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay, you got to knock, 18 households per hour and you got to be accountable for, and the funny thing too, like I just imagine the job description has to be a self-starter. Must work with little supervision. Oh, sounds like me. I could be a knocker upper.
A true grinder, man. Somebody that has to be up.
Rise and grind.
Rise and grind.
That man's a morning person for sure. 100%.
Yo, your fitness level has got to be on point too, bro.
But you know the best wake ups you could ever have?
Yeah.
It's when you go camping and the birds wake you up.
Ooh, yeah.
You can wake up at 7 in the morning, and I don't care what time you went to bed, you feel good.
Yeah,
It's just like when you wake
100%.
up with nature, it's the weirdest thing.
Water,
When
if you're
wake-
right beside some water.
Dude, when you wake up like an actual animal wakes up, it's so easy.
I'd love to know.
You're at
I'd love
ease,
to know
man.
more
Something
about
about it,
that
bro.
as to why that's like. Is that something
Probably just
built
our
into us, or is that just?
Is it
it's a
it's
soothing?
something-
It's
I
a
think
very
it's-
soothing sound.
I think
Yeah.
it's probably something that, it's just naturally in us. Like that's how we
used to wake up.
right?
Thousands
Yeah.
of years.
So we gratify towards that. You know,
only in the
It's like-
past like 150 years.
is we're using damn iPhones and
I know.
like, bro, come
You know,
on, man.
you know how I wouldn't want to be woken up. If you lived on, I forgot another piece of this article. If you woke up if you're in multi-story buildings,
Yeah.
they can't knock on your door in they would because they're just outside, right?
Yeah,
sticks
yeah,
or
with the
poles.
stick as
If
long as they can
can't
go.
Reach you, if they can't reach you with the longer pole on whatever floor you at, they had pea shooters and they would just
Shoot guns at the windows?
yeah, like peas or pellets sort of thing.
Yeah.
What? Yo,
Can you imagine being that
bro.
job? You just have to go around with a gun or like a pea
Start
shooter. And yeah.
shooting up at the window at the windows.
Okay, you guys joke about that, but can you imagine that guy's Instagram? Shooter on the block, right? With the pea shooter.
Shoot on the block.
About to wake up your girl.
Big strap, Steve.
Bro, he would actually have the hardest IG pics.
Oh my god. No nonsense, Nigel.
Waking up with the 9 at 9.
All my homies stay strapped.
The original Glizzy Gladiator.
My
I got the Glizzy on me, bro.
Honestly, dude, though, like I hate that idea now that like social media has messed up everything.
Yeah, of course,
like
bro.
100%, these guys would be the biggest like idiots.
Yeah,
dude,
man.
But
with their Instagram, bro.
Did it mess us up or did it make us better? Have we peaked?
Dude, I think we've peaked and we're on the way down.
Yeah,
you know what?
Really?
I think
agree.
we
Of
are,
course
dude.
we have,
Well,
bro.
like, dude, like the unnecessary.
That's a hot take, bro.
Bro, the unnecessary
No.
alarm clocks where you have to like solve a riddle and like take a shit before it goes off. You know what I mean? Like take a doo doo to unlock your alarm. It's like, when is this gonna end, dude?
Never.
Well, it's just too much now.
Oh my.
It's not part of the pod articles, and I don't have it pulled up. But but I can recall reading something, like a science basically,
Yeah.
saying that we have already passed the peak of this current civilization.
Peak in what sense?
And yeah, what sense?
Like
though?
like you said, we're on the way down. Like
I can agree with that.
that's essentially what it was arguing.
But
and
financially-
but in what way though? Mentally or
Mentally, probably financially,
are
for
we
sure.
count-
mostly,
like-
mostly mentally. Like,
Well,
it would be like the definition of doing too much as a society.
So
Like we've gone past the point of our best sort of.
our prime.
Yeah, our prime
So 2060.
Yeah.
2060. Apparently, that's when the world's population will peak. So take that in. So basically, we're on a track now where it used to be normal to have like 3-4 kids.
Right.
Now people can't even financially have one. So like procreating, like having a family, doing what we've naturally done for our whole like ancestry.
Yeah.
It's now no longer
We're
like
cutting back because of finances? Man.
yeah, like you're denying nature now.
If you're
Yeah,
not
it's not right,
counting
right?
if you're not counting immigration, Canada and the U.S. are already on the way down.
It's true.
Yearly, every year, that's the only reason why the population goes up at all.
Yeah.
Is because we're taking in mass immigrants all the time.
Shout out my
Yeah.
Somalis too.
But
going